Before we start, I want to thank Notion for sponsoring this video. Here's a disclaimer. If you've already mastered your morning routine, this video is not for you. We are going to challenge a few preconceptions about habits and routines that may help most people manage their time properly to create an exciting morning routine. Also, if you see some issues with the lighting during this episode, that's because it was actually filmed between 6 and 8 a.m., so this is as real as it gets. If you don't think you're fortunate enough to skip this video, is it because you feel like you can't stick to your morning routine? That it's hard to stay accountable for the habits you choose to implement right at the start of your day? You look at your habit tracker and you can't maintain a streak for more than 3 days, and every single morning you feel the struggle to actually get motivated to wake up and do all of the stuff you've promised yourself to do? Well, if this happens to you, you're not alone, and you're definitely not being lazy or undisciplined. You're just being, way too ambitious. If you identify with anything I've just said, that's because there is probably something wrong with the way you're setting up your morning routine. We are creatures of habits. On paper, the concept of creating and keeping routine sounds great. It promises that if you stick with your habits, you will become more productive. As you repeat the same actions regularly, you become subconsciously aware that those habits are important to you. So you end up seamlessly integrating them into your routine. James Clear, who wrote the book Atomic Habits, on which I've made a video about it in 2019, I guess, states that our life is essentially the sum of our habits. What you repeatedly do, like what you spend time thinking about and doing each day, ultimately forms the person you are, the things you believe, and the personality that you portray. The thing is, routines are, they're boring. As you tailor your morning routine to become the perfect time to delve into meditation practices, journaling, working out, or reading, you'll eventually envelop all of those practices into a dull stream of events that you'll get bored of in a couple of weeks. So, how do you really create a morning routine that will work for you? While you're thinking on what habits to include in your life first thing in the morning, you need to actually do 3 things. 1. Find the things that really excite you. This will be your main drive in the morning. You know what doesn't excite me? Waking up in the morning to brush my teeth, swallow my breakfast, and rush out of the house. That's a terrible way to start my day. So why would I want to wake up on purpose just for that? So pick what you like to do. Maybe you really like a complete breakfast or a special coffee recipe that takes longer to prepare. Maybe you love reading but fall asleep when you do it in the evening, so it may be a good idea to do it in the morning. Maybe you like to have a dedicated time of the day when you just want to play video games. Forget the guilt trip and just pick your favorite activities because you'll start doing them in the morning. Forget daily routines and start thinking about weekly ones. This is probably the most crucial piece of advice I can give anyone who has trouble implementing a morning routine. Maybe your problem is that you've been too ambitious in creating a routine that you can apply every single day, and you're finding it hard to get to a point where you are actually able to reconcile several different activities and other more mundane chores every single day. Here's the thing. To be balanced and easy to keep, your morning routine needs to have a good amount of productive time and buffer time. Productive time is the sum of everything you actually want to accomplish in the morning. Brushing your teeth, walking your dog, reading a chapter from a novel, stretching, or taking a shower. And then you need your buffer time, a period where you are simply allowed to do nothing. How can you use your buffer time? Well, if you didn't sleep well, you can use your buffer time to sleep in. You can use your buffer time to stretch a particularly interesting reading session. You can use your buffer time to stare into the nothingness while you're sipping your coffee, or take an extra long time fixing your hair. Incorporating buffer time into your routine is fundamental, and the failure to do so is one of the main reasons why everyone falls back on a good routine. It's just because it gets way too overwhelming. Secondly, your productive time doesn't need to be spent in the exact same way every single day. you can actually have theme days. This can be particularly important for people who have different daily schedules or work in shifts. It's really hard to accommodate the exact same habits every day if your morning plays out differently during the week. So for a successful morning, you may have fixed habits and variable habits. So your fixed habits might be grabbing some overnight oats for breakfast, planning your day, showering and prepping, and making your bed. These 4 habits may play out every single day of the week, independently of the rest of the routine that you choose for each day. For variable habits, you may have, for instance, Mondays and Fridays dedicated to reading, where you spend most of your morning reading and annotating your books, sipping a wonderful cup of coffee. Tuesdays dedicated to skill learning with the use of workbooks, online classes, and other materials. Wednesdays can be your midweek resets, and you can use your morning routine to clean, do laundry, and overall go around the house and stay organized. And finally, you can use Thursdays for a wonderful combination of meditation practices and the light stretching or Pilates workout. Also, don't forget to cut back on wasted time. The more overwhelming your morning routine is, the less likely you are to stick with it for a long time. Overwhelming morning routines require a lot of tiny little tasks to reach your morning goals. For instance, if one of your favorite things to do in the morning is prepare a special latte, but your kitchen is chaotic from you prepping dinner the night before, time spent cleaning the kitchen before you prepare your coffee will be wasted time. Time spent picking your outfit, packing your lunch, or preparing your bag to leave the house will be wasted time. You could have done all of this the night before, when your energy levels were higher. If you have to deal with a lot of things in the morning, you are less likely to be motivated to wake up early and actually stick to your morning routine. The same applies if your morning routine is tailored as to overwhelm you in decision fatigue. In decision-making and psychology, decision fatigue refers to the deteriorating quality of decisions made by an individual after a long session of decision-making. It is now understood as one of the causes of irrational trade-offs in decision-making. Picking an outfit, choosing between different options for breakfast, not streamlining your cleaning chores, deciding on your hairstyle or makeup, or so on, those are all things that will increase decision fatigue, make the rest of your day worse, and really not make you look forward to your morning routine the following day. And if you want to make your morning routine a lot better, well, then it's time to make sure you realize what is going on and start changing everything today for the better. If you want to get started in planning out your morning routines, it's really a good idea to have everything mapped out and scheduled, so that you can start by following a plan and see what works for you. If you're new to this channel, then you can start by watching the whole series I have on planning with Notion. I have more than 10 videos on how I've been using it to project plan, take notes, plan for school, and prepare for New Year. I've been using Notion exclusively for more than 1.5 years, or almost 2 years now, and since then I still need to find any type of organization software that actually accomplishes so much in such a simple way and for free. You can use and explore Notion anytime you want and for as long as you like, because their personal plan is literally free, without any word or block limits. You'll need to upgrade if you want to upload big files to your knowledge database, or if you want to add team members to your workspace. But at least, 95% of Notion's capabilities will be assured via the free plan. Despite not being able to add new members, you'll be able to also share specific pages with your classmates or your colleagues online and print your notes anytime you want by exporting them to PDF. If you want to start using Notion today, you can click the link provided in the description box to get your free account. I really hope you've enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you next week. Bye guys!